Hello and welcome to Acts of Wellness, a Swisse wellness podcast. You've reached your host, Flex Mami, your unofficial couples therapist. And what I lack in qualifications, I make up for in opinions, and I've got lots of them. So let's get into it. Hello, lovers. Welcome to the first ever episode of Swisse's brand new podcast, Acts of Wellness. They say you always remember your first time, and I plan to make this unforgettable. In our kickoff episode, we're cozying up to an iconic Aussie duo to find out how their relationship really works. We'll hear the juicy stories that you won't find on their Instagram as we delve into how they hype each other up and bring each other right back down to earth. And a reminder from me, lovers, you're going to want to know about the Acts of Wellness, aka the 6th new love language that means to love someone in ways that support their health and well-being. The podcast is now in session, and today's guests might squabble like an old married couple, but they're actually brothers. This iconic comedic duo went from lockdown housemates to viral social superstars with over how many million followers?
I don't count. I'm not good at math.
It's a cheeky 5.6 mil.
A casual 5.6. Casual.
Management wrote an email the other day.
But have somehow managed to stay mostly emotionally intact. Welcome to the podcast, Luke and Sassy Scott.
It's so good to be here and to finally meet you.
Brothers from the same mother at this point.
And hashtag
Cultural mother.
brothers, not lovers.
Has that
We
been...
often have to correct people.
It might be easier to just put it in the bio.
Wait, I thought we did. It says two brothers.
Yeah.
From Australians, still that's not clear.
Why two brothers raising kids together? Then it turns into that.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
people are like, this is so fascinating. I can't believe two brothers have had sons. And they're like, but hang on, we are living in the 21st century. It is 2025. So two brothers can have two children, I guess. And I'm like, I don't think they can. Because that's weird.
And they're like,
And my children are not mine and my brother's children. They're mine and my husband's.
well, let's clear up the confusion for everyone once and for all. Hopefully you never have to have this conversation again.
I hope so.
Please.
My husband and I
Yeah.
did surrogacy. And we had children, twin boys together. Luke is my brother who comes in and out of our life.
Same parents. Mum
You
and
and
dad.
I?
Yeah.
We have the same parents.
He said, I know.
Oh, we're clearing that. That's
Yeah.
right. Same mum
I'm
and
not
dad.
teaching you.
And so people do get this confused because once upon a time you did live together.
Yes.
And the circumstance that made that happen was,
COVID.
yeah.
And
Scott was bored and was like,
Luke
please
was
move in.
No, Luke was shopping around to all friends and family who had the best place, the best opportunity, how he could
Good.
step up.
Good.
And
I went to an Arnie's first.
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
No one knew that, but yeah, I went hers. She had a nice pool. That was fun living there. But then I had to move out because her son was moving back in. So I had to go to second best.
All right. It was more for my husband. Like, it was good entertainment for him and another, like, person in the house.
Oh, I
And you
see.
started baking together with Marcus.
We would make
'Cause I don't want to
cheesecakes.
bake. Yeah, they started baking cheesecakes.
Then I'd bring it into the hospital and they're like, Luke's a baker.
And then
Sharing cake during COVID in a hospital.
Good.
Questionable.
Extra points.
is there a point
Great
system?
moral compass.
Am I winning?
Obviously, there was the experience that the audience got to see of that, and we appreciate that. You put in a lot of work. But then you lived that. You lived COVID and you lived the pandemic and you lived with each other. What was that actually like? Can you recall?
Very frustrating. There's 4 boys in our family. Luke was the one that growing up, I didn't spend time with. He's not the one, if I had a lineup of all of my brothers, the one that I would choose to spend more time with or to live with
This is great feedback.
was not ever
take it on
going to
board.
be Luke. But circumstances, environment, what we all went through, we found ourselves in it. And when the online stuff started, I was so removed from it. I didn't really care for it. I wasn't aware of what was happening, so much so that Luke one day was like, Scott, like, and I say this and he hates me recalling it. He's like, you're kind of a big deal online. I'm like, I'm a big deal everywhere, Luke.
They all love me. They're
Yeah.
all obsessed. It's nothing
And
new.
then
Next
he was
question.
like, we've got 1 million followers on TikTok. And I was like, talk to me.
Yeah. So what can we actually do with that in terms of?
But I think we were both removed from the growth. I was doing it purely based as it was a hobby.
Yeah.
Think of it like that. And the growth of it, I was more involved with the analytics and the videos blowing up rather than wanting a job out of it, a career out of it, or money. Like I had my full-time job, and you probably wanted to be in the entertainment industry your whole life, but you removed yourself from it.
Sure, I wanted to be an entertainer. I went through, I lived in New York. I studied Meisner, right? And I wanted to be an actor. Then when we found ourselves here, that wasn't, I guess, the route or the space of the entertainment industry I thought I'd be in. So I just never really gave it its time or cared for it.
Until the 1 milli hit, and then suddenly.
Well, no, until people started giving me free coffees at cafes. And they're like, we love you, Sassy Scott. And I was like, do you?
I've never had a free coffee.
What?
People give you free coffees?
Yes.
Well, I got one here today. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
All the time. And then one day Luke goes, and this is, we talk about it a lot because she's beautiful and in our life. But Luke one day goes, Scott, Selena Gomez is following us. And that's when I went, all right, let's do this.
This will work.
Yeah.
We can do this.
I still think her finger slipped.
Didn't Selena? Tell us.
To go from just kind of posting videos and suddenly here life comes and you are celebrities, but we're in a new pool of celebrity where it's like weird to kind of say that you are, and you're in your regular job and you're getting free coffees and you're like, is the money coming from this? Is it not coming?
Yeah.
But did it feel like this gradual sort of step into it, or one day like we're going to make a choice and decide that this is who we are and this is what we're doing?
If you were to look at it on paper, it would probably feel like it was very quick and it would be jarring, but living it felt normal, if that makes any sense at all. Like it was your new reality. Like every day opportunity that came up, it was you were thinking about it. You were, I'm not going to say manifesting it, but you were
You get out of life what you put into it.
Like it was your brain overthinking a situation. So it was your reality. It became so normal. Everything we were doing. There was sometimes when you almost have to stop and pinch yourself. I remember there was once when we were recording our old podcast, and I think 5 big things happened in that day. Yeah. And Scott said, "This is a pinch me moment," and I was like, "Oh yeah, true."
And now I've forgotten what they were.
It's a hard thing unless you're used to reflecting.
Because you never close shop. It's not like, oh, we're going to clock out. Oh, great, those emails are done for the day. It's just like when you think you're done, you're like, oh, but there's this and there's this and a trend and a comment and a this and a person. And it sounds like it'd be easy to figure out where your life fits in it, but it's actually quite difficult because you're not experiencing what your audience is experiencing.
And dare I say it's probably grew up or it's in your sort of, I don't know, culture, but you really suppress your wins in a way. So anything that was happening to us, you couldn't celebrate it with people. You had to really keep it to yourself and you didn't want to talk about it for how you'd be perceived by someone.
Yeah, and you felt, we felt guilty becoming, people thought an overnight sensation, right? But I say it's taken 39 years to get to where we are. We've been at each other
35 on my end.
Well, 35 years.
If we just want to clarify.
We've been at each other since. We've always been as brothers. We've always been, pushing the boundaries and pushing each other, right? And coming back together. So it wasn't an overnight. We used to film stuff and I love call it dance monkey, right? Like, I am happy to take one for the team no matter where I am to entertain, right? Like it's fun. If a room's boring, I'm like, let's turn this upside down. And Luke, for some reason, likes doing that. And so he's able to turn something on for his own gain when we were growing up, but now it's for other people's gain.
Philanthropy.
Sure.
Man of the people.
Strategist.
It's the least I could do.
Okay, I have a question. For the both of you, is there anything that once was like your like strategy for life that just doesn't work anymore? Like in your old life, it used to be like the thing that always worked, and now you're here and you're like, oh, that doesn't make sense anymore.
I feel like this answers the question, but I feel rules. I love rules. And if I know a rule exists, I'll stick to it. If I don't know a rule exists, I'll be more creative and fun. Say it's for TikTok and they're like, everyone's doing their videos like this. I'm like, stop. Like, I don't want to hear it because I'll just be stuck to it now. So if I don't know something exists, I'll be better for it. But all my career, university, everything's about rules and sticking to the norm. So that's a big one for me.
I love that. Do you have one?
No.
And that's okay.
No, I truly...
It's okay, Scott.
This is what I was going to say before. Luke and I haven't changed, but the world around us has.
It is changing quickly.
Right? So
Warp
like
speed.
I dreamt to be living the life that I have right now. I imagined it. I dreamt it. I saw it my whole life as a little boy, right? Growing up. And I have everything and more than what I dreamt of. And I hate people when they say, oh, you just got to work hard. No, you don't, because our parents are such hard workers. There's so many people out there that work so hard, but they're still, finding themselves in the same place that they are. Mine was about making lots of bad choices and lots of decisions and trying new things whilst working really hard. But like I've created what I always dreamt and wanted. And I don't think I've changed as a person. I've always been open. I've matched energies. But no, yeah, I don't have that.
Well, let's see what the footage says. Can you imagine?
I feel our biggest difference though, if you were like go to a scenario that everyone can probably imagine at school, he would be, say, chewing gum the whole time, wouldn't get in trouble. I would even open a packet of gum and I felt like I would get in trouble straight away. So I never did anything. My boundaries were right there because I was scared of getting in trouble.
Rules. But I feel if the teacher knew if they said, Scott, stop chewing gum, they were going to get
they were scared.
They're the law book read back to them of why they shouldn't be telling me to stop chewing gum.
That's why I wasn't sent to his school.
Yeah, we went to different schools for that reason.
I can see why. I'm writing the report right now. If we can just keep them apart. Sorry, hold that thought. Sitting in a therapist's hot seat all day might seem like a cruisy gig, but long hours of sitting can leave you feeling tense both physically and mentally. If you need support with muscle health and function, then you might want to consider Swisse Ulti-Boost Magnesium Glycinate Tablets. This more easily absorbed form of magnesium supports muscle contraction function, relaxation, and a healthy stress response in the body. Seriously, can I get a standing desk situation over here? Thank you, lovers. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Achoo! 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 My goodness, can we please edit that out? Thank you. The frosty months always sneak up on me when I least expect it. Support your immune system this winter with Swisse Ulti-Boost Zinc Plus tablets. Did you know that zinc plays a key role in the maintenance of a healthy immune system and supports skin health? This premium quality formula even includes vitamins A plus magnesium for a comprehensive daily supplement. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. So we all kind of have that moment where you're just existing, moving through life, and then it happens. Here life comes, everything kind of explodes, implodes. It just reaches a boiling point where you're like, something has to change. And if I don't do it ASAP, I might not make it out of here. Right? Talk to me. What have been your moments and how did you kind of remedy them?
This nearly all ended one day. Well, it's a weird one to talk about because I feel like Scott knew my Achilles heel was threatening it to be all over. And it happened quite a lot. As soon as we would have an argument, it was almost, he would go straight to this, I'm pulling the pin, I don't know if I can do this with you anymore. And it felt like at some stages it would come up about once a month. And he knew it was my Achilles heel. And I knew how big that was, that if I was to say that to Scott, it would cause war.
Yeah, whiplash.
It was huge. It was such a big threat. And he did it quite often where it got to a point where now I think it is real. I think it's going to come to an end. It was getting too heated that to continue on, Scott had all these points
and
that
I'm
I had
just
to
jumping
meet.
in. I truly said to Luke a couple of times, I'm not going to lose a brother over this.
Oh,
But I was
see
willing.
what's happening.
What we created.
There's 4 boys in the
Right,
family. We could lose one every now and then.
the pressure, the overwhelm, and it could become toxic. There was different expectations at times.
But it was even
I
little
didn't want to
things,
lose a brother. We were fighting and I'm like, I'm not losing a brother over business and work. It's not
there's-
happening. And an
there's-
account and popularity.
But things are so different in our arguments. Like words are just words to me, whereas to Scott, words have meaning. So I would say something.
Mean what you say and say what you mean.
Whereas it's like,
But I think this is very helpful because you two speak this shared language of having known each other for so long, but there are these like little nuggets of like ding ding, these little pings of transgressions where you're like, oh, that one hurt.
yes.
Oh, that one hurt.
Yes.
Because I get what you mean about not wanting to damage the relationship. Would be so like
I don't want to.
really healing for your relationship to exist to each other outside of just siblings. To be like, oh, we owe each other a little bit more support than just being related by blood. Like now I need to learn you and adapt to you and adjust to you and hold you with a bit more like gentleness.
but as soon as you have an argument, especially for siblings, you're going straight to your childhood. So we would go straight to the 10-year-old version of ourselves where we're just attacking. And it's like the first to break down is the loser. Like it was such a, I don't know, sibling mentality that you would just go as hard as you could until.
I'm like a UFC fighter, so I'm like, let's get going.
But I feel like I would typically win, and that's where you'd be like, this is over.
You know, Luke and I found ourselves in, it wasn't even a fork in the road. I can't even give you the analogy, but we had grown so fast, so quick. Growth is risk in any organization. We were having so much trouble communicating and getting on the same page. We were overwhelmed with the amount of attention we were getting. That was positive. The positive attention still carries a weight. Biggest brands, organizations, and their deliverables and us being able to meet them. I just became a father of two beautiful boys that were born 2 months premature, spent the first month of their life in intensive care unit in another country. I knew that if I stopped working and showing up during that period of time, our team, Luke, weren't going to get an income. We weren't going to meet deliverables. I was a shell of the version of the man that I knew who I was and what I was capable of. And I enforced that we worked with somebody who was going to help us balance, prioritize, communicate better with one another and the people around us. She works with us in a very holistic, hands-on, very rips it to pieces, but is sometimes there just to hear you and will say, you're allowed.
Permission.
She gives us the permission and the space, and she works as a buffer for us to direct an energy that was so harmful to one another when it was directed at each other.
Okay.
She takes it, does that with it, and then allows us to keep going.
Next.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's our moment, would you say?
And it was hard at the start bringing someone on board like that, especially that it became Scott was pretty much picking the person. So I'm like, oh, you're going to have someone in your corner who's going to say I'm wrong and everything that's going wrong is my fault. But it turned out she was on my side a lot of the time. Shout out M. Paulo.
Yeah, she's a fascinating, phenomenal human being.
Wow.
And I don't think we would still be doing this if she wasn't around.
Can we just get one tip that we can all use? Because we don't have communications coaches, but you do. So what's the one thing that you're like, oh, ding, that was amazing?
Trust your gut and reach out to the right people to help when you need it.
That's a big one.
Yeah, you can have multiple different friendship groups or friends, but they can all help you in different ways. And knowing the right people to reach out to.
I think the biggest one, which she says a lot of the time, you're allowed. Whatever feeling, whatever you're going through, you're allowed to feel it. You're allowed to go through it. And I think once you acknowledge what that is, it goes. Right? So many people can't identify with their emotions or their feelings. And I have a lot of them a lot of the time. And I can identify with them. And I'm lucky in that sense. But a lot of people, I think, don't know what to do with them. And if you just allow yourself to have it and sit in it, it'll leave pretty quickly and you can keep going forward.
Let's talk about your social media, specifically the comments that you get. I want to know how well you know your audience. Can you guess which comments are real and which came from ChatGPT? It's going to be real fast and quick. You said you've got great intuition. Mm-hmm. What's your skill?
I overthink.
Oh, then you've got it. Okay, so I'm going to read out the comment and just say real ChatGPT, then we move on.
Yep.
All right. Oh, I'll make it a competition. I'll grade you.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
we're
you-
not together in this. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can both say both real at the same time.
Fair.
I'm not losing a point.
True. Okay. Comment number 1. Brothers or couple?
Real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real.
and just read our bio. And just read our bio. Don't be a lazy scroller.
No, what? If I watch a video, I'm going to go to their bio before I write a comment? No way. What a waste of time.
Okay, I showed this to my therapist and now she needs therapy.
Fake.
And that came to you so quickly. That's yours, babe.
Oh, it's like a tennis match?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're bouncing.
I like this
It's more
one.
like pinball.
Oh, okay.
Say real to that one. You won't get a point.
It's okay to miss
It's
one.
fake.
Yeah, but you did miss that one.
Okay,
so it's
sorry.
1-1. It's
We're
1-1.
talking too much. Let's do real or fake.
Okay, Luke and Selena. The sassy Scott gets Selena as a sister-in-law.
Real.
Oh, yeah. Okay, if I could design the perfect best friend, it'd be someone just like Scott because life would be 1,000 times brighter with that energy every day.
Real.
Fake.
It is
real.
fake.
It's
Is
fake.
it? I've read something like that though.
No, I've read a lot
Along
like
the
that,
line.
but it was put together too well.
Ah, okay, you know your
Normally
audience.
it's just like, Scott would be my best friend.
Thank you so much. Luke seems like he takes sun protection very seriously.
I'd say that's true.
Correct. If this was
And
the
I
Hunger
do.
Games, I'd volunteer as tribute just to hear you two roast me.
False.
True.
Fake.
It is fake.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that?
Because
you like the way it sounded?
Like it. Or I resonate so well with
resonate.
it. Yeah.
It's the sentence structure, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, see, okay, we're going
I
to bring
read a lot of
intellect
comments.
into this now.
Yeah. Okay.
And I use ChatGPT a lot.
There we go. I would love Scott to either MC my wedding, should that ever happen, or read a eulogy at my funeral.
Oh,
It's written like it's fake, but part of me wants to say it's true.
true.
I would go true this time.
By the way,
You said true first.
yeah, and is it true?
Of course, babe.
Yes.
You're both the reason group chats get muted.
Oh, I'd like to know that's true. I like
Yeah,
that.
screenshot, send me their name
Real.
now.
I froth that.
That's not real at all.
Good.
Damn it, I want a
Lucky.
hater.
You don't have any of those. Okay, Luke, you really need to go solo.
Fake.
I would say that's true because the people that like me really want me by myself.
Good luck.
There's maybe 2% that are on my team.
1%.
Okay, we've got two more. Why does Scott's rage bring me so much joy?
True.
Is there
True.
something? Okay. Okay.
That's half the comments.
Okay. You both argue like two ex-theatre kids who didn't get the lead in Annie and never emotionally recovered.
False.
Fake,
It's
but we
too-
do.
It's too well written.
Yeah.
So
But we do argue like that. I resonate with that.
Congratulations, Luke.
By how
Another
much?
test I win.
By a lot. A significant amount. Enough not to count.
Another participation award for Scott.
All right, well, now
When it
let's get
matters.
into the nitty gritty. That's going to require a lot of heart expansion.
Really?
It's going to require us to hold space for each other, but I think we can do it. Again, there's a lot of your experience people think they would understand, but there's so much that they don't see. And we don't need to get into the details of what they don't see. But I want to know how you keep showing up for each other because clearly you know how to push each other's buttons. There have been a few times where it's been explosive, a few threats being
Few
thrown
times,
back and
a lot of
forth.
times, a
But I
lot.
want to understand how you still keep showing up for each other. What are the things that you do?
I have to bite my tongue so much and it goes against your own grain and
Lucky.
everyone has to do it to keep something going. Like you can argue with someone in front of you or you can just let it go. Like pick your battle.
Do you want to be right? Do you want to be happy?
Yeah, whereas I live by the rule of thumb, you win the war, not the battle.
I see.
So biting my tongue is going, hang on, there's a great, like there's something at the end of this that I need to get. Showing up for Luke for me is a share of success, understanding where we are and what we've got and how hard we've worked to get here. That I've always been so inclusive. I've always wanted to bring my people with me. It's a hard lesson sometimes because you can't.
Hey.
You have to let them go. That's the hardest lesson. But there is a part of me that as a big brother wants to make sure my little brother is okay. And I'm pretty comfortable with my life and where I'm at. And I want to make sure that if I can contribute to Luke having that in his life, that's a good thing for me.
So do you have a tendency to lean on each other or lean on other people to deal with each other?
I lean on
I
myself.
think it's a percentage of both.
Ooh.
I don't lean on you. I rarely lean on Luke. I wouldn't say I do at all. I don't think do I need him sometimes to show up? Yes.
The words mean things is coming through, so just hold that for a second.
Yeah.
Right?
He's landing. He's landing.
Yeah,
Do
here we
I
go. The blows
need-
are coming.
Yes. Do I lean? No.
Okay.
I lean on myself. I'm a big, believer in, I've said it. You find yourself where you put yourself. And I don't seek validation from anybody else other than me. My husband's phenomenal. He's my sense check, my pulse check. I asked him when all of this started, I said, when thousands of people are writing stuff about you every single day, that's an energy. I need you to tell me if it's having an effect on me.
Ooh.
I need you to be like, so every few months I'm like, Baba, am I still Scott? And he's like, you good, keep going.
Have you lost it a few times? Have you lost Scott?
Yeah, I have. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I still think you would lean on me though. That's still going to stay on
Yeah.
me. If I'm going back to that, I would say I lead on Scott. I kind of touched on it earlier that he'll fill a space with you talking. So if we're on stage, I kind of touched on that earlier, where I rely on that. If that didn't happen, who knows? Be a lot of awkward silences. But
Oh my God,
he leans on me. Yeah, he probably doesn't even know it. The amount of time, say, I would put into editing a video where I really hero him and like make him
fair.
like I feel I really put the audience's hat on of what they would want to see of him. Whereas I could easily do the same video and edit to make him an absolute prick. And he wouldn't be liked where I would get more than the 2% diehard following probably.
The humility.
So
wow.
I can really hero him in the edits.
That's really true. I'm aware of that. I think Luke's a genius at the brand that he's helped promote and create. And is very good at doing it.
Whereas Scott, as well, early days, he'll be like, anyone can edit that video.
Oh.
He's like an
I'm not
editor's an
giving it all
editor,
away
full
that
stop.
easy.
I might have said a few things.
And then that's why we brought the Polo on, because it was like, oh, we're going to get really nasty, but we're doing something so good and we've been given an opportunity. Let's run with it.
Hear in his voice. He knew what I was capable of.
He said, hold on.
When Flex is like really loving what we're saying, she's doing this one. Yeah.
Is your
Content.
relationship changing based on how it's being observed by other people? Because you know the dynamic that's being created in the editing.
Yes.
It's say like what your parents would say about you. Say if they saw us fighting, not okay, like stop it. But now it's like mum and dad are like, oh, laughing like I liked that video. And it's like, if we ever did that not for views or not for a video, they would not be proud of it.
Please don't take this personal. The timing of this ad read is purely coincidental. If you struggle with maintaining concentration or memory recall, then consider a supplement that improves mental performance and supports brain function. Swisse UltiBoost Memory Nootropics contains Cognigrate to help keep your memory sharp by improving cognitive performance and mental recall. Double down on the brain game with Swisse UltiBoost Focus Nootropics containing American ginseng to enhance mental performance and help maintain concentration. Maybe then you'll be able to pay attention when your guests start to waffle. Babe, I'm joking. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. To be so honest with you, my ultimate act of wellness would be someone dropping off a fresh plate of pasta to my door every night. I'm happy to deal with the bloat for pasta, but luckily you don't always have to. That's where Swisse UltiBoost Bloat Relief Smart Melts come in. They're formulated to melt on your tongue for faster absorption compared to conventional tablets. Perfect for on-the-go relief from abdominal bloating. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. This seems like it requires so much thinking that if you're just in your own space, you're like, I just want to remember who I am for a second. Like, I just want to know what it feels like to be in my house, vibing out. Like, what is it that you do for yourselves that just brings you back to self?
I'm going to shout out to Bianca here. Bianca works at Brighton Baths in Brighton.
Real.
I've always loved going into cold water for some reason. Now there's a steam room, right? I love going like the extreme. Now, not long after my sons were born, I don't even know what took me there, but I walked into the baths and Bianca, who's the manager, just looked at me and she just hugged me and I broke, right? She turns around to all of her staff and she goes, this is what tired looks like. Don't any of you ever tell me you're tired ever again. And the boys were ultra prem. We were feeding them for the first 4 months of their life. They had to be fed every hour and a half, every 3 hours, but it took an hour and a half to do the both of them. So every hour and a half, you had to start again. Marcus had to go to work straight away. So I was primary carer and he was helping. It was full on. And I remember just walking into the steam room that day and in and out of the ocean. And that has become like my holy grail. That I feel replenished, allowed me to have the reflection that this is something for me and it's good for me. Just the other night, 2-3 weeks ago, I was very overwhelmed. There was a lot happening. And Marcus walked in and I said, I'm out. And he's wonderful. He knows I just need that space. Don't even ask me where I'm going, what time I'm coming back. I walked back into the bars. Bianca looked at me. She gave me a hug. She goes, one of those days. Gave me a hug. And she knows.
Has she got a card that just says free hugs like on the side of the road?
No, but she should. And she knows not even to give me the locker key because I just ripped my clothes off and I walked out into the ocean at 8 p.m. in the winter. The rain was coming in so hard. I've walked down to the middle of the ocean and I just stood there in the freezing cold and I just allowed myself to just feel, breathe, be grateful for what I actually have in my life. And I went to the steam room to like warm up again. And, you know, that's what I do for myself. I know that how good it is for me. I don't get it all the time, but I know it's there. And I can go to it when I really, really need it. Life's luxuries, sure, Luke and I are privileged, got all this great stuff, but the reality is you fill your day out. You are accountable to so many other people and things around you. You can't always show up for yourself, but when you really have to, you need to have that thing you can go to. And I've got mine, which is the ocean and a steam room and a person that greets you, doesn't even say pay. When she sees me walking like that, she doesn't even take my money. She just goes, go. That is one of them. But like, I'm more grateful for that than almost anything else I've got in my life.
To be seen. Let it land. Don't rush. What are your acts of wellness?
I reckon touching on that, they probably go in the same sort of realm, but it's more of a recent one for me. It's something I never used to do, but setting boundaries. I would never set a boundary for myself, nor respect another person's boundary.
Oh, the combo. Nice.
So I feel, I don't know, it's like, what's the whole thing? You got to love yourself before you can love someone else. You got to set your own boundaries before you can respect another person's boundaries. So
Heavy.
People would say their boundaries. I'm like, oh, just reply to the text message. Like, hurry up. I'm the one working, why aren't you working?
So true though.
But until you can actually go, no, between these hours I do this, that, I don't do that, or respect myself to do that, I don't know, it gives you more gratitude for someone else.
For getting your brain to go from, I don't really care about boundaries to like, oh, they're necessary. Can you, if you had to make them into steps, what were the kind of key steps that made it make sense for you?
Time. It's something that couldn't happen straight away. Like it's like set boundaries. It's not going to happen on Tuesday. It's something that happens over a long period of time. It's
real.
You start getting into a routine of boundaries to allow it to be a habit or to really respect it.
And you started with yourself or you started respecting other people's first?
No, I had to start with myself.
I was going to say.
Just checking.
I would never agree with another person's boundary, ever. Now I'm just like, I'll roll my eyes, but I won't be vocal about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's growth. Whoa.
And we've had boundaries that have come in.
Some people's boundaries though, but we got to respect them. They've got them there for a reason.
Yeah.
And some of mine, you know, I listened to so many dads for years that I worked with, you know, and we had, Luke and I are really lucky. We've got a really good mum and dad. We had really good role models. And, you know, I said to my therapist one day, I know the type of dad, you know, that I don't want to be. And she said, well, you have to put the same amount of work into that. It's like, it doesn't happen to you. You actually have to work at being the type of like the dad you want to be or don't want to be. You actually have to put the time and effort and energy into it. And so one of mine is, you know, phones down from 4 till 7. I am so present with the boys every day. I finish work 4 o'clock and I am with my boys, phone out of hand, and I'm making sure the quality time that I have with them is like phenomenal. We're in the morning, but during the day we work, right? But I'm like, I am locked off. No one comes near me, with my time, money, and my boys now. I always said time and money. Now it's my boys as well.
Trifecta.
And the time that I have with them is quality and it's important. And that's a boundary that the rest of the team, I've had to say, I don't feel considered sometimes. And that's been a hard one. And then I realized some people won't always consider you. So then you have to be really clear with what your boundaries are, because sometimes whether people know them or not, they may not care for them, but you need to know your own. And so it's like pens down, tools down, phones down. You don't get to come into this anymore. I've drawn the line, whether you want to come across it or not. I'm not actually opening the door.
Oof. What is it like to see Scott as a dad, and what is it like to see Luke as an uncle? Different, surely?
No, I think I've always seen elements of Scott where he can put someone else before him, but it's the ratio of seeing that, right? So I see he's capable of doing it, but does he do it all the time?
Put others before me?
Not always, but for his boys, it's a 100% thing that I see him doing.
Beautiful.
Whereas my ratio isn't always there for, like, he's not always putting me first.
Yeah.
But he's putting Bobby Beckett and Obed Oliver before him 100% of the time.
So trial and error is really good. Luke, I have seen be an uncle to our other nieces and nephews. So I knew what I was able, what I'm capable, what I can ask of Luke and expect of Luke, because it's proven. And I would never put my boys in a situation with something that, that I didn't know what the outcome would be. Luke, though, is a good uncle. We love kids. We grew up in a family where there was always people, cousins and neighbours and everybody in and out. But, just last night, Luke babysat the boys for the first time.
Beautiful.
I'm out at dinner with my beautiful husband. And the boys go down at 7 p.m, like rigorous.
And I did that.
Militant.
Militant.
Luke put the boys to bed, and at 7 p.m, 7:45, Marcus goes, "Oh my God, have you seen the messages?" I'm like, "What?"
7:45
Yeah,
after when they
45
left the house going, if you need anything, text and we'll respond straight away.
So you did.
7 o'clock I've texted, 7:45, have you seen the messages?
Luke's
Continue.
like, the babies don't wear clothes to bed, right? They're just good in their nappies.
No, they're in a sleeping bag,
winter?
a warm as sleeping bag
it's not
in a
warm
hot
as,
room.
it's just like a sack thing. They have... and Marcus writes back, he's like, yeah, they need clothes on.
45 minutes later.
Luke goes, what happens if they don't? Mark's like, they'll freeze to death. And he was like, oh, I better put some clothes on them then. And I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? Who goes,
Some really great communication there, because you did
Thank
check in,
you.
you did
Let me
I
know.
was
respond.
supposed to
Write it
brief
down.
you,
Didn't
and
brief
he's
me.
running late. But Marcus briefed him. So I don't know.
So I go and put the onesie back on them. So I
Have
have
you
to wake
woken
them
them
both up, put the onesie on them, go sit down again, another text message comes through, and you've got the singlet on them too, right? And I'm like, not worth an argument not having that singlet on them.
You
So
have to wake
I went
them
back in
twice.
and woke them up to put a singlet on them as well.
Well, I would tell my boys, stiff. Shit,
No.
that's life. You would have caught a cold, and then the week would have been a nightmare. So you got woken
Yeah, if
up
they
again,
got
buddy.
sick 4 days later, that would have been all on me.
Yeah.
So I had to go in and do it. Wouldn't be worth Scott
Definitely would not be
disappointed
worth
and
it.
angry.
No.
All right, beautiful. So obviously we're here to ensure that we are being mindful of each other and the people around us. I feel like one of the mottos that I've been parroting in my head is like, I'm not left behind and I'm not leaving people behind. Do you know what I'm saying? Really like let it land for a sec. Because I think a lot of people slip through the cracks like, I'm not noticed, no one cares about me. And I'm like, no. I'm learning how to love you in a way that you can see, but you're not getting left behind. And so for that, I mean, that's my gold standard act of wellness, right? Knowing that like, regardless of how you think you're feeling in the moment, I see you, I'm looking out for you. But what's yours? What's like the thing that you feel you can always fall back on when loving on someone or providing support or holding space?
I feel for me, acts of wellness, it's very much almost what you like. That's your acts of wellness then to give to someone else. So as much as everyone likes gifts, I really like people's time. So someone that gives me time and their strength and something they can help me with is something that I know if there's something I can help someone else with my time or my skill set. I don't know. And then seeing that like you can give someone strength or empowerment from trying to teach them something that it's in your skill set. So that I reckon that would be mine.
Go deeper. I want to hear more. What's a skill set?
A big one would be obviously, or not obviously, but I've had a lot of success online with what we've done. Before this all started, I was like most people, but I would watch videos and I would really analyze every video I watched, or if I followed people, I would analyze why they're posting it like that, and I would almost critique it too much. I'd never reach out to them, but I would be like, if I was to do it, I'd do it so much differently, or I'd really take note of the things someone was doing well, but I would just clock it. But now that I've got my platform, I can really have fun with that skill set that I learned over a 12-year period of time of being such a big social media user. Now I feel I can reach out to people if I feel like I need it.
Sits with them in their kitchens and tells them.
So there'll be a lot of people that I'm like, hey, I think this is what you could
masterclass in
work
how to
on.
correct their algorithm.
I'll jump on Canva. I'll make a whole presentation for people.
For friends, random.
Friends and family. If they've got a small business online and I'm like, oh, I can see why it's not growing. Let me sit down and help you out. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I do it in a respectful way that I don't crush them down or anything, but I'm like, hey, you do it differently.
Wow.
So I feel that's something I now do with my time. And I like doing it. I don't get paid for it, but it's I get fulfillment from it.
And it shows. That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
I'd like to do it with Scott's Instagram and TikTok, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Good luck. Mine's as organic and as chaotic, and it's my own little personal getaway from all of this. My two personal accounts.
Safe space.
It is my safe space. And I lip sync and I do and I cut it the way I want to, which is so rigid and
it's not even cut. It's just a slab of the video.
It's so bad and it's like my guilty pleasure, my personal account.
And then every now and then one pops off and I'm like, oh, now he's got to think it's right.
They're like, oh, you didn't say that it went to a couple million in a day?
I'm like, because it's the content of what you said, not how you edited it.
Is loyalty a value or can that be an act of wellness?
Oh, I think it's an extreme act of wellness.
Okay, cool. So I am ride or die. I truly know that if I've said something, I will back it like 100%. I will always, some people, they've got a glass ceiling when it comes to capacity. I don't. So if you're in my corner, if I'm in your corner, or if I've said to you, I will do something by a certain day or time, or if I know or I can feel that your energy is needing support or somebody to show up or check in, I categorically just do and will. And sure, it can be a detriment when there's a lot going on, but I like to make sure that people are seen and heard for wherever they are in their season and whatever the reason is. I'm as loyal as hell.
I'll back that. There'll be times, say, you almost have to be clear to Scott what you want the outcome to be. If I'm venting to him about someone or I'm angry over something.
And you're like, let's take him out.
That's all I need. I just need him to hear
say
it.
the word.
But he'll go behind my back and just reach out and like is full-blown attacking of how they've done. I'm not even saying the examples.
True.
Name 5 times.
Where that's like, oh my God,
No,
I don't want you to do that. But meaning it's very loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ride or die.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So what is your one piece of advice for our audience on supporting their loved ones through their own Here Life Comes moment?
I'll go first. It would be lean into the uncomfortable. There's so much, you find it so hard to talk to someone. You hear so many times, say a parent has cancer. Let's just go there. That there's so much in their support system they've had for the last 50 years and a very limited amount of people will reach out to them because they're so scared of offending. And health is a scary thing and they can feel so isolated based on people's fear of not being able to talk to them. So reach out, pick up the phone and speak to someone when you know they're going through a hard time because it can be so difficult, but as soon as you start talking, it'll be very easy. And the other person would respect and appreciate it so much.
That's a real one. Full body tingles.
And working in a hospital too, you saw how much people would be struggling and they would be so isolated. People wouldn't go and visit them because they're scared of an unfamiliar situation.
The grass is not greener.
Water your own grass.
Your own
Water
backyard.
your own grass.
Our dad had the best grass in Mill Park, still does. And we saw how much love and care he always put into it, and everybody always commented on it. Now, I've taken that as a metaphor into my life, my relationship with Luke, other family, friends, my husband, my children, that when times are really, really, really tough, it's not to look over the neighbour's fence. It is to go and water the grass and put more time and energy and effort into what you've already grown and built, because it's there. You just need to give it a bit more.
I'm in an apartment with no grass.
But he's got plants, and if he needs me to go around and water them, I will.
He would do that for you.
I will.
Thank you.
Water them, though.
So what now?
Where to?
I guess.
Truthfully, Luke and I, we are headed to
We've
the
got
state.
an announcement.
We are actually lovers.
Got him.
Delete.
They told me we're brothers.
That's the 5-year reveal.
We got him.
Go. I don't even know if we haven't said this anywhere. We off to the States. We are doing our own TV show. Sony's production company, Sony US, did a development deal with Luke and I, like 12 months ago. And we've been working on a TV show that they want us to film with them over there. And we're that relentless that halfway through our development deal, we came out with another TV show, and Sony's production company went, we're going to back that
We'll
one
take
too.
it.
So we've now written 2 TV shows that we're off to the States to shoot and create. One in New York, one in, I don't even know where. But it's so ridiculous.
I'm just a radiographer.
I just got here. I don't know.
We're 2 brothers from Mill Park. It's so cool. It's so fun.
That's hectic.
Again, Luke and I are good at building partnerships and relationships with people. We've got to connect with people, right? And we've got this weird opportunity but gift to bring the both of them together, and it creates more opportunities for us and others around us. And it's cool. It's so cool. It's stupid.
And we were on The Amazing Race recently, so that will be aired soon.
What?
See how we go there.
Yep.
So nonchalant with it.
We might need you to sit with us and heal us after the episode.
First time ever, Luke and I think it was like maybe episode 2, I can't say what episodes anyway, where we went, oh, hang on, we're a team. We got to do this together.
If you wanted to finish, you had to work together.
Yeah, and we did, and we worked together so well. I was so proud of us.
That's what they say in Ghana. If you want to go somewhere quickly, go alone. If you want to go farther, you have to go together. And that's a wrap, people. And that brings us to the end of our session. As always, thank you to our lovely audience for listening into Acts of Wellness, a Swisse wellness podcast. Keep your eyes and your ears peeled for another episode dropping next month. You're not going to want to miss out on our next guests. And if you laughed or cried or texted your ex mid-episode, you're welcome. Until next time, take deep breaths, drink your water, and go share an act of wellness with your partner, therapist, or emotionally unavailable crush today. Acts of Wellness, a Swisse wellness podcast, would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which this podcast is being recorded, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the many lands across Australia on which our listeners tune in from today. We pay our respects to elders past and present, and we extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander mob listening. As we record and share this conversation, we honour the rich histories, diverse cultures, and enduring connection First Nations peoples have to country. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.